Hi, everybody. We're all
Hi.
here. We've got a party. How many people are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 people, not including me, in here. You guys ready for this shit show that's about to happen?
And we're all worthless.
I mean, I'm gonna dip out because I got a few other things to do, but you guys have fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will.
Yeah, it'll be hard.
Literally dipping the moment it starts.
This is gonna be really... Thanks. Thanks for not dipping before we went live, asshole.
Listen. Do you want someone here who's actually brain dead?
I mean, we're all already here, aren't we? And their comments we're gonna be reading or talking to a brain dead person, so does that count?
Listen, I don't get paid enough for this, actually. I don't get paid at all.
I'm abusing my Discord moderators by never paying them.
Yep.
Alright, get the hell out of here.
Alright, peace.
Later. Alright. So...
Wait, mods get paid? Dapper,
No.
I think you owe me some money.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you come find it.
Internal conflict. Ooh. The lore deepens.
He's a mod for my Discord server that I didn't set up, and that was set up for me because people wanted it. I was like,
Yes.
sure, just go set it up.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember that. So we have a whole slew of people in here that is now a total of 10, including me. And so... I guess I should inform people of what had actually happened. Sometime last week, I posted on Twitter, because I had totally forgotten that Tastecraft was a thing, and it had been about a year, and I was like, oh shit, I need to go look at this, and I looked at I was reading through the comment section, and I was like, oh my god, these are hilarious. I'm gonna fuck with some people. So I had mentioned once or twice that I was gonna go live and look at these comments. I guess Kyle took a week, because he's a little on the slow side, to realize what I was doing this morning when I went on an Instagram Live explaining exactly what I was doing, and it spooked him so bad that he didn't want those comments being read so badly that he deleted the entire channel. Now, it only had one video on it over a year, but whatever, it's fine. Unfortunately, it feels bad getting outsmarted by somebody that you think has a 62 IQ. So... I have this lovely Discord over here that you can see, which is not just... I don't have the ones... I wasn't going to bother... I knew he was going to do this, but I didn't want to bother doing all the additional work of screenshotting everything, which I considered, but was like, no, that's too much work and I don't give a shit. What I do have, though, is the comments he actually deleted from that channel before he deleted the channel itself. So I have the ones he really didn't want people to see.
Even better.
So it was awfully nice of him to just, like, get baited to hell and back. Because I'm kind of a little shit, but, you know.
Kind of.
Oh, it couldn't have gone better. So... Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm excited.
I'm
gonna guess that 10% of them are
ready.
high reds.
That could be the case. So, Shay said, I'm 19th subscriber. Looking forward to seeing what you bring to your new channel. Thumbs up heart emoji. So
Oh no, can't have that.
There is something about this bot. It doesn't distinguish whether or not the creator deleted it or if the person removed it. So either Kyle deleted this, or if they got, like, removed from the channel, because I think it might, like, if you block somebody, you know how it deletes comments sometimes?
Yeah.
That could be the case. So either this person got removed from the channel, this person redacted their comments, which is funny. Like, they went back from being the 19th, or this got deleted by Kyle for some reason. Maybe they were being sarcastic. Hi, Reds. God damn it. So this is Kyle's new hiding spot? Cute. Well, I guess I'll put up a chair and get ready for the shit show. The sequel.
Oh, man. And I kind of wish that it actually had gone through and there had been some episodes. because I think that would make for even more content.
Oh, yeah, no, to be fair, that would have been really, really funny. That would have been really funny. Kyle was essentially saying in his tweet, because the reason I know that Kyle deleted it because of my Instagram is because he said as much on Twitter. He shouted it out and everything, so it's like he doubled the number of concurrent viewers I have because he sent all of his fucking dumbass friends here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, dumbasses.
I deleted dick.
Inkboy45 says, knowing you, at this point, if Chesh would say something about me, I would just ignore it and not not bathe the bait and not be trolled. You would think, right? You would think. Oh yes, there's also, like, from a couple of days ago, a lot of you were made aware who are mods in the chat that the majority of the people that did get banned over time got unbanned. So you guys get to play Whack-A-Mole again if you didn't catch that episode. Oh, so Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds actually comments on my channel quite a bit. They do not like Steve for some reason. I'm not really sure why, because some of their messages are a little bit hard to read, but I'm gonna do my best, alright? Kyle, are you listening? Over there, American Patriot song. Sing, click on it, and then there's a link. Trollers song. For your new channel. Ready? Sing. Over there, send the word over there. It's a sing-along, Kyle. They meant along, not alone. That the trolls are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere, so prepare, say a prayer, send the word over there, send the word to beware, we'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back until it's over there. I put the lyrics in your supper chat. Sorry you do not have one. Check your comment section. You can't miss it.
What? That is just bizarre.
As somebody who quite likes that song, that is bizarre.
I thought it was actually pretty well worded, to be honest.
It's bizarre, but well worded.
Well,
it
yeah,
does do lyrics well.
Humor in Politics, who unfortunately was had to leave early before the stream started. Hi Steve, hi Chesh, hi Reds. Check out this piece of shit channel. Can't wait to see Kyle crash and burn like the flying shitlog that he is. Good luck, Smiley Kyle, smiley face. P.S. I'm going to sub just to make sure I don't miss out on seeing this channel die. LOL.
Why did it take long?
Hey, he wished him good luck. Come on.
I mean, he got it right.
No judgment, but flying shitlog, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. Crash and burn like the flying shitlog that he is. The thing is that they were right. I'm gonna subscribe to make sure I don't miss out on seeing this channel die. It didn't even get off the ground. Like, there was a promo video. It's been a year as of, like, I think tomorrow, was when the promo video posted. It was, like, somewhere between the 23rd and, like, the 28th. I can't remember which when I was looking at it. And now it's gone, so I can't tell. Arnie. We've seen Arnie around. Arnie's great. Well, at least you have the non-sex show where everybody loves you. That's gonna be a huge success when the graphic factor kicks in. It'll happen any day now. ... Doofus.
Okay, we're counting about 14 months now and still nothing, so, hey.
Here's the thing. Kyle could have gone on and done this video. There was nothing stopping him. He could have just been making content doing this the entire time, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
from what I understand, he's actually a pretty decent chef, and he could have, granted, he would have gotten exactly as much shit as everyone thinks he would have. I mean, it would have been a bit of a PR disaster still, but he could have been doing something.
He would have had to get over seeing all of these kinds of comments for, like, the first month. for sure. And that's why I thought it'd be
Because he
interesting to kind of
certainly-
do this retrospective a little bit, because there's been so many, and this is what I was explaining on Instagram for anybody who didn't see it. There's been so many, this has been dragged out for so long, and there's been so many changing narratives, like, what is being served, what counts as service, what is, whether or not, whatever Kyle's address is, whether or not something, whatever. There's like so many flying around that I thought it'd be fun to actually take a look to see what people were saying and how people felt at the beginning, since it's been a year at this point.
Yeah.
Looks shitty. Christopher Hansen, so you partnered with a couple of restaurants? That means you'll be doing a hostile takeover and spending all their money, right? Does this mean that Kyle owns McDonald's now?
Well, 95% of it.
Not. Well, since McDonald's are the type of restaurants that you don't actually own the whole chain, he owns McDonald's. He hostilely took over like his town's McDonald's.
Look, he
The whole
owns
district.
95% of McDonald's graphics.
No.
Oh, so he probably traveled back in time and created the Golden Arches. Just like, isn't he still have up for sale on the Teespring stuff that you designed, Chesh?
Not on the Non Sequitur Teespring. I didn't design anything for the Non Sequitur show Teespring.
Okay.
He used a couple of things that I did and set thumbnails up for, so I guess he owes me like $3 billion though.
Oh, at least. I mean, Chesh has expensive thumbnails.
Yep.
I do too. If you want a thumbnail from me, it's me at least $3,000 a pop.
This one confuses.
I mean-
It says we find you, but like Kyle shouted it out on Non Sequitur and linked to it in the description, so
Do we know who the Important Pub is?
I have no idea. I've never seen this account.
Yeah, that's weird. We
If
find
Kyle
you.
is a world-renowned designer that can charge hundreds of dollars, what does that make Chesh considering he went to you? That makes you universal class.
That's a good point. I am a god. Gen M, you're 95% of the way there already.
Oh,
So
I know
this- Go ahead.
Kyle had to have done that himself, just because unless, like, no one coming to this just randomly would think of that as being like a weird bad comment. You have to know about the 95% meme, and Kyle definitely does. And so I just love that he didn't even have to delete that one. He could have just left it up, and people would have seen it. Most people who stumbled upon this video would have just seen a nice comment, but nope, it bruised his ego too much. Had to go down.
So here we have the Non Sequitur show. This is where we get into the really fun ones, because people were pissed. I don't know if you guys remember how mad everybody was, or how mad people might still be.
I remember.
I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I was waiting for that. I was like,
Damn it.
where is it? Smitty said Steve McRae sent me this video of a discussion between Kyle and himself. This is one of the calls that the call-in shows for Jimmy and Kyle.
Oh god, those were cringy. Well, actually, I don't know if they all were. I watched like half of one. I was like, this is terrible content. I do not care.
Being a partner and agreeing to share everything not only means sharing the money, but also the amount of work. Not necessarily in business. I listened to Red's Hangout yesterday, and it was so telling that Steve more or less treated Kyle as his manager. Did he?
Citation needed, but okay.
As the show progressed, Steve has become nothing more than a frequent guest of the show rather than a partner. It's sad but easy to understand how he got to this point.
Yeah, he didn't start that way, though.
I feel like this
he's
person...
he's misinterpreting that clip where, because Kyle was in charge of the finances and Steve is, obviously asking him questions about it. He's not his manager. He was managing, the assets.
Well, there's also a difference between you can't share half of the work when somebody won't let you do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty clear from not just Steve, but also from Boole, who, I mean, I get it. Steve has a bias there, so you don't want to take his word, fine. But I don't think there's any reason not to trust Boole's word to say that Steve was being edged out of shows. There were shows that went live, and he didn't even know that they had been set up or that they were going to be going live. And Boole often didn't find out until just before. And,
Right.
you know, he'd get like an email or something from Kyle, like, oh, hey, you ready to go live in like 10 minutes? And it's like, I guess so.
Yeah, and that's no good.
Now, here's one thing that I never quite understood with that is, did Kyle do all that shit to Boole because he knew that Boole would actually be a good person and be like, hey, Steve, this shady stuff is happening? Or is that just Kyle being really bad at, setting things up?
That could be. It's kind of hard to say because Kyle went back and forth on Boole a lot, from my understanding. It's so that he like got rid of him and then brought him back and then got rid of him, then offered him a position, and then like I think he wanted to kind of separate Boole out, but he got a lot of backlash for treating Boole that way because people can justify being a piece of shit to Steve because Steve can be frustrating sometimes, and that's understandable, but it doesn't justify what happened, but people will use that as an excuse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, you can't justify that with Boole. Like, Boole did nothing and did so much work for a Non Sequitur show that it was like ridiculous. So I don't know.
There's a question: is if it's half of Steve's business, how can he be not allowed? Well, you can be not allowed if your management role on the channel has been revoked, and then you're not told about when things are going live, or given the join link to join the meetings or hangouts.
Yeah, there cannot be two owners of a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's also like kind of this comment kind of is misunderstanding that Steve that as the show progressed, Steve has become nothing more than a frequent guest, as if that was Steve's choice.
Right. That was totally against his will.
Right. Actions speak louder than words. A really interesting breakdown that I would actually love to maybe bring some people on to talk about who maybe know a little bit more about psychology than I do is to look at what Kyle was saying in some of these videos when it was happening versus Kyle's behavior now. Because he's just completely acting like a shithead.
I feel like that's the only constant that we've had from him in the last year.
Yep. Fuck this so long Non Sequitur show. Go ahead.
Kyle's always kind of acted like a shithead. It's just he would say nice things and then do shitty things.
Right. And what was that last comment? Actions speak louder than words?
Yeah.
Kyle, you turned this channel into the biggest dumpster fire ever. Angry face.
Accurate.
I like the angry face. That's cute. I identify as a schemify schemas my eye. This person was mad. What the hell happened to Kyle? Oof. I don't know if this one's
Man,
like
this person just went on a comment spree that then all got deleted.
I think this guy probably got banned from the channel.
Ah.
That's what this looks like to me, because they're all on different videos at different times that they're getting removed, and usually when something like that happens, it kind of indicates that they're no longer on the channel. Non-sex show with no Kyle or Steve? Am I in an alternate reality? Damn you, Mandela effect, grr. 10 out of 10. If you put a little emoji at the end of whatever you're saying, I am far more likely to enjoy your presence.
Noted, smiley face.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, hey, you were in that one, weren't you?
Hmm?
Was that the one?
What one?
With him.
Oh, the
I
Adam
always forget his
Kokesh?
name.
Oh, Adam Kokesh?
Yes.
Was it this
Or
one?
the other-
I don't
there
know.
was
I'm
like-
gonna open it.
There were like 1 or 2 or 3 of those. Maybe only 2. I don't remember.
Why
There's
is he
a couple.
gagged?
I have no idea.
his speech is being taken away.
Oh yeah, this is the one with me. Oh damn! Oh, look at my bangs. Oh, my little corner at my old apartment. So if you guys want to see
Privatize
the
the
one and
roads.
only episode of Non Sequitur that I was on, there you go. And I was
Where
actually
Adam
on it
Kokesh
with
makes no
Kyle.
sense.
Womp womp. Yeah, that was the episode. That's really funny. I forgot about
Was
that.
Was that when he was running for president or something?
Yes.
I forgot about that guy.
Oh.
He was a bit of a loon.
Yeah, he said that he was gonna get rid of like 3,000 or something, or 300,000 jobs by getting rid of most of the government. And so I asked him,
And privatize everything.
yeah, and I asked him, so what are you gonna do with that many people out of work? And he said, why? Do you think it's the government's job to employ people?
Oh
And I
my
said,
God.
no, that's not what I said. But
All
either
shows
way,
them always break down in the
I
same
feel like-
way.
I feel like there's a lot more people working for the government than just 3,000.
yeah,
Well, I
this
think
shady
he-
person totally
maybe-
just got banned.
I don't know. Yeah, because it's just so many of them.
Zzz. Why was Macabre getting kicked out? Oh, he probably maybe took these down himself? I don't know. Oh. Well, remember how people were getting hidden a bunch during live streams? I
Okay.
wonder.
Oh yeah.
I wonder.
They never
if-
did that.
Oh yeah, that Caitlyn Chloe definitely had nothing to do with anything ever. That's why she's totally currently commenting on Kyle's Twitter feeds. Well spoken, Kyle. Still subs, still following. Your subs will come back if things move forward, so don't be worried. Yeah, Kyle, maybe let things move forward. What
Delete
month are we
them.
on? I wonder if this person took it down themselves, if they were like, fuck this.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, because we all saw how that played out, where the channel just kind of crashed.
Non sequitur coats.
Yeah,
That
because at the very
$400.
beginning, before Steve posted the Death of Non Sequitur video, a lot more people were. I wouldn't say. I'd say it was equally split, and then they saw Kyle's behavior in that, and they're like, "Oh,
Right.
Well, I mean, I know I was watching less as during the lead up to that split, just because the content wasn't what I was there for. Like, I'm sorry, I wasn't there for Jimmy, Mr. Atheist, and Kyle, like Gossip Hour or whatever that show that they did with what's her name? That they're just reading news stories, and it's like,
Oh,
look
are
at
you
Kyle's
talking about the
grinder!
smoking
Yay!"
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
reading
the
Kyle's
smoking gun.
grinder.
yeah,
That's
I
what
was just
people
like,
subbed a non sequitur for, right?
yeah, I was like, none of this is what I'm here for, so I'll just check back some other day.
Yeah. Plus, there's something to be said for if you're putting out 2-hour streams every day that you're gonna overflood because people don't have that much time to keep up during the day.
Yeah.
Like if you do 2 to 3 2-hour streams in a week, that's pretty much where you want to be, and that's kind of good for content because you're not overloading people, and you're not trying to.
You're not overloading yourself either. My goodness.
Right, you can still have good content.
I love the chat and all, but I don't want to be live for you every single day. Sorry.
I mean, like, if they wanted to do, like, kind of a daily show kind of thing, they could have like, just done 30-minute to hour things with pre-scripts.
Right. Well, the other thing
Like-
is like the expectation, from my understanding, and I'm pretty sure Steve said this multiple times, was that he expected Kyle to kind of start the shows on non-sec and then take them over to his own channel or another channel, like should have been what happened with Tastecraft, but that's just not what was happening.
You should read the
Yeah,
end of that one right
well-
there by Tenchi.
Yeah, I'm doing this one.
The end of it is great.
Future of non-sec? What future? You act like an SJW. I'm not fully convinced that you are one yet, but that hardly matters when you act the part. Enjoy the view. It'll be the last one you get from the likes of me until this nonsense is resolved. For you, sir, are a fucking bitch maid. Oh, are fucking
Ouch.
bitch maid. Ew.
Nope. There is one thing I have to say about the streams, the everyday streams, is every time I see someone do that, none of the content in those everyday streams has any freaking value.
Yeah.
It's
It can
always
end up really bantery, yes.
yeah.
That's impossible to put out 5 hours of good content every day.
Yeah, you're
It's
never gonna keep
impossible to
that
do
up.
that even just like 1 hour a day. It takes time to research, to
Yeah.
dig, to get people on.
Yeah.
Research.
So
What you end up doing, like Chesh said, is you end up making it harder for your good stuff to be seen because nobody's gonna fish through 5 hours every day to see
Right.
like 1 hour of
Right.
good content.
Oh, you assassinate your good stuff because you can't build the good stuff because you don't have time to do it. It's not like-
Donut asked, I just want to answer Donut's question. I thought Kyle had a cooking show. No, Kyle had a channel that implied he was going to be eating other people's food at restaurants and reviewing them, and that he had partnered with restaurants, which had a promo video on it that he took down that video and the entire channel because he found out I was going to read the comment section today. Beautiful. Funny enough.
Talk about bitch made.
Right, you want to talk about bitch made, and like, how bad does it feel to get just your brain and getting outsmarted, just running in circles over somebody with a 62 IQ? Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
I
I
could
saw
never
by
live it.
worth half a Chesh in IQ value. That he really is a small dick mode.
Ooh.
Small dick energy.
Ooh. Taken in S2, I don't know if that's how they pronounce their name. This person has actually been trolling around a lot. Like, I've seen them on Twitter. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
I've got them blocked. But interestingly enough, this is how you know that none of these troll accounts actually give two shits about Kyle, right? For anybody interested in Steve's size, 2 hang out on Red's Rhetoric channel, 1 additional on The Great Debate, and 1 more showing Kyle's true face on Tom Rabbit's channel. Deleted.
The thing I like about that is just the Kyle's true face thing makes me think of he's got alien. He's an alien and he's got a human mask.
Oh yeah.
It just comes off. I think that would actually be fun if that actually turned out to be the case. I don't expect it, but it could explain why he is so incompetent in interacting with humans in a way that doesn't make them want to punch him.
You take the mask off. Gnome.
He's an actual gnome.
Astronomy
Wouldn't
Live
it
just
be like-
confirmed for us that when somebody's comments go missing from multiple videos at once, it could be an indication that their entire account was banned by YouTube.
Oh, by YouTube as a whole. Okay.
Free gnomes in a douchebag.
Inkboy said it's a good thing that Kyle took down the channel and now you have nothing to read. Oh, wait. You completely missed the point. Was a retrospective to show how. Okay, this is the thing. I knew Kyle was gonna do this if he saw it. I figured that was the case, so I kind of put myself in a position that it was supposed to be a retrospective on how people felt at the time. So with or without Tastecraft was completely irrelevant. Baited. Jake Rance said, I don't like to jump on bandwagons, but I can't see this going well. I like this channel because of diverse opinions and good discussion, neither of which I would consider Kyle great at. Ooh, ouch. In fact, there have been multiple occasions in which he has stood in the way of a real discussion because of a disagreement he had with one of the speakers. Oh, whoa, what's that?
Someone just got abducted by aliens.
There's a ghost.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
You're good. In fact, there have been multiple occasions in which he has stood in the way of a real discussion because of a disagreement he had with one of the speakers. Isn't that the thing that that Kyle and friends were saying Steve did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
but if you... I don't know if you could still do this, but watching back on the old Non Sequitur channel, yes, Steve every now and then would jump in on people, but most of the time, when someone was interrupting the speaker and being kind of an annoying mod, it was Kyle.
So you mean he was accusing
agree with
Steve
that
of
one.
not getting along with people outside of the show and then would actively not get along with people on the show where there was video evidence of that happening?
Well, in many instances, it was pretty clear that the two hosts were supposed to be interacting, but
Right.
if they weren't, Kyle could just hide in the refuge of, well, Steve was going out of his way to be antagonistic, and I was just being the true mod. You know, impartiality and
That was
hiding the
totally what was
inability to
happening.
comment behind impartiality.
Not being integrally linked to the situation, I know I don't have all of the information, but I see this channel becoming an echo chamber before long. Hope I'm wrong.
Nope, not wrong.
Well, no, he was wrong. An echo
Yeah.
chamber requires voices.
Well, for a little while, it did have a few voices. And then it just kind of died.
Andy McDandy! Oh, we've seen Andy around. Hi, Andy, if you watch this. Well, I guess it's my turn, blushy smiley face. When I first came across this channel, I loved not only the controversial topics, but also the hosts, Kyle and Steve. I enjoyed episodes when Katie and Shannon came on as guests, and it was still Kyle and Steve. Oh, because it was still Kyle and Steve. I really enjoyed the Flat Earth debates until Kyle and Steve disappeared and it became the GE show. Honestly, I thought Kyle was an honest man, and thus was saddened to hear what he has done. I'm going to miss this channel because I cannot morally stay subscribed to someone that is okay with doing hostile takeovers. So you thought somebody was like an honest person and it turned out you were wrong? Does that mean you're a thief apologist?
No.
Okay, just wanted to be clear on that. Kyle, quote, I hope they believe this bullshit excuse what I give them, end quote. Kyle checks out comics section. Crickets. Yeah, that actually, if you watch this video, you can actually see Kyle like stop, look at comments, and then like look back and not say anything. Going back and watching these last couple episodes on the show again are like savage. I would play them for you guys, but Kyle's kind of an asshole and has been using a channel he doesn't
definitely.
own to put out copyright strikes on stuff he doesn't own because he doesn't care about perjury.
Perjury, kind of a big deal.
And for anybody, looks like Kino was a little bit late, so I'm just going to explain real quick. Kino, there's like a good handful of people that are in the chat right now. I think there's 10 of us, and they're kind of intermittently in here. I think we got Helios in here, we got Dapper in here, TD Lane's in here. There's a few of us in here. They're just people that are on my Discord for being Patreons and for being members and stuff. So if you want in...
Honestly, for me, this is just listening to the stream, but occasionally getting to say funny jokes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I'm going through my geology lectures while listening and occasionally making funny jokes.
I paid $1 to be here, damn it, and I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
Wait.
We are Trish's mythic simp army.
Is it mythic because it doesn't exist?
Yeah.
I used to have a
she's all right.
business. I used to have a business where one of the partners, 3 equal partners, didn't do shit. We were carrying him, and in several occasions we talked about how to get rid of him since he stopped helping. He produced no money, but we never did or thought of doing something like this. Shame on you, Kyle. When you give your word, that should mean something. Also, GE, why the fuck are you guys still here?
I love that in those streams, they're just like looking awkwardly like, and then the one with Ocean right after the big like breakdown happened, Ocean's like, why am I here? This is uncomfortable.
He probably, in like, hindsight's 2020, and you do get kind of stuck sometimes in an uncomfortable position. He probably, in retrospect, probably should have just left. He should have just been like, he's been going for 5 minutes, and I don't want to be associated with this shit, and just dropped out of the call.
Hey, Chash, I'm gonna drop out of the call right now. I'll catch you later.
Son of a bitch! Alright. Mr. Auto Pants. I like that name. This is the best flat earth debate you've ever had, guys. Unsubscribed, but then I immediately resubscribed because the fabulous content. So, if you didn't notice, that comment is under the future of non sequiturs queer eye, so it's not... there was not a flat earth debate. Unsubbed. Well, you got your wish, Kyle. The Non Sequitur Show is a toilet for everybody. Way to go, Kyle. Way to go.
So, do you guys remember when Kyle said that he wanted to see what the Court of Public Opinion had to say?
And then he deleted all the Court of Public Opinion?
Yeah. Oh, man, that didn't work out. Imagine that. Public Opinion didn't think that it was okay to just steal a channel.
Imagine you build a community around critical thinking and being honest and, like, decent human beings, and then you try and pull some shit like this thinking you're gonna get away with it.
Yeah, and better yet, the Court of Public Opinion doesn't matter when it's legal.
Well, yeah,
Clearly
also that.
everything is gone, but it's still legally steals. There you go.
See, I have a slight theory about that. I just think that Kyle wanted the Court of Public Opinion because he knew he was going to be shit on, and he has a scat fetish.
Oh. Kyle, you killed Nonsec. Pay what you owe to Steve. Yeah, you guys remember when Kyle said that he was going to pay Steve? Why hasn't he
And
paid
Jimmy
Steve
said Kyle was
with...
going to pay Steve?
Yeah, why hasn't he done that with or without the court being involved?
I can
Fair,
answer that.
he said Steve will get everything that he's owed,
Oh.
which could just be a snarky way of saying "fuck you."
That could be, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I can also answer that. Potato.
GE was starting to make this show intolerable anyway. Now that Red, Steve, and others will take no part in the show, it's easy to say farewell. GE, please, for your own sake, enroll in a public speaking class.
That or break your freaking ukulele.
I've decided to unsub. I never wanted to, but I can't see the point of bothering with this channel now. I also dropped my sub from GE's channel too. With friends like Kyle, am I right?
Yep.
Oof. Dumb fuck of the year is the end of the year. Honestly, I would rather have only Steven guest on his show than what I'm currently seeing. I think the vast majority would also agree. Sorry, buddy, this wasn't unfortunate, it was deliberate. It was a bad split, and I will be unsubscribing and wishing you luck on your future endeavors. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I have to rewatch like parts of this to see the wording. He was just like, at the beginning, he's like, it's unfortunate that this had to happen. It's like, who caused this to happen?
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. This thing I had no control over, that I totally had control over. Growly, that's Arnsgar's significant other. Hey Kyle, I was wondering if you're starting to figure out that your dishonesty is causing your massive hemorrhage. I, for one, have unsubscribed from the Non Sequitur Show because I prefer a more intellectual show than what you provide. I also am not going to watch somebody who doesn't have some kind of decent ethics unless I'm merely watching them for comedy's sake. You know, like Ancient Aliens. Your behavior has made your show that much of a joke, except maybe Ancient Aliens has a better sense of ethics. Fucking oof.
Ouch.
At least they haven't stolen from anyone. By the way, we're watching the drop and your subs with popcorn.
It was a precipitous drop too. It was.
Yeah.
It went down fast. You could watch it by the minute just drop.
Sorry, Steve, if the show was 50-50, then this should be a divorce, not a takeover. You should start a new channel and totally dissolve the Non Sequitur Show into non-existence. Unsubscribed and will not watch you again until that time.
Wait, was that directed at Kyle or Steve?
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird comment.
Wait. I wonder if it's.
They might just
like
be saying
American,
sorry to
does
Steve.
Kyle owe Steve child support, or is it the other way around?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if that comment was self-deleted or if Kyle or someone else deleted that. It seems like it might have been self-deleted
Could be.
because it's kind of odd.
Thanks for giving gay men a bad name, Kyle.
Oh, homophobia. Cancel them.
Is that what that is? I wouldn't know. This used to be a great show until your ego took over. Bye.
by default, any comment against Kyle or Jimmy is biphobia and every phobia.
Well, I mean, it's not like you can criticize someone without it being about their sexuality. That's impossible.
Right. Of course. Kyle, you're a dick. In addition to being an asshole, you can literally go fuck yourself. Yeah, there you go. Give the channel back to Steve. Another seriously annoyed non-sec fan. There is no non-sec show without Steve, so I've unsubbed. Hope you get things sorted out, Kyle, but what you did was pretty low and disgusting. What you are still doing? This is an
a year
ongoing...
later.
The fact that this is still... Like, look at how angry everybody is.
And there are new people coming in that don't know any of this and didn't experience it that are, I mean, they're internally justified in thinking like, oh, Kyle, we're going to stick up for you. It's like, you need to go watch some stuff, my friend.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I put that playlist all together, right? Just like, everyone is so frustrated at the time, too.
Yes, I've got to run.
Yeah, don't go for it.
Right,
You have a good day.
Have a good day.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. See you later.
See ya.
Later.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yep, yep.
You could have done this the proper way. Instead, you acted like a douche. I guess you showed your true face. You have graphic design talent, but you suck at ethics and morals, dude. This will come to bite you in the ass in the future, and you should fix it before it gets worse. Brands can be changed. Reputations are way more difficult to retain once they're lost.
I think it would like it if it bit him in the butt.
At this point, it almost seems like he's just a glutton for punishment.
At this point, it seems like he's trying to purposely get himself thrown in jail so he can get 3 free meals a day.
62 Callum said, Kyle, what the fuck, man? I really thought you were a nice guy, but you are a fucking snake. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are so far up your own arse, it's unreal. Yes, you took the show in a new direction. The wrong one. Goodbye. I hope you end up with just Shannon, Casey, and GE as subscribers, because that's all you deserve. The 4 of you are pathetic. People were
Seems like
so
Callum
mad.
It seems like he's a brother in arms with you, 62.
Hey! Maybe that's my alt account that I supposedly have.
You traveled into the past.
Right. Dr. Seuss. Yeah, because these people never had any problem with me before I showed up with Steve. And then also, like, Kyle didn't have any problem with me, you know, when he asked me to do art and invited me onto the show and talked about how intelligent I was. You're always my homie, Kyle. I think you're incredibly talented and funny and great at having these conversations, and it seriously burns me out that I won't be able to watch them anymore because of the way you did Steve is completely beyond filthy. And the explanation is pure trash. Steve has too much Twitter beef. Aaron won't come on. That's all we get. I watched this channel because of you and Steve, not for Aaron, Raw, or anybody else. I'd love to know what the real reason is, but I'm sure I never will. I hope we find out a week from now that this was all a key fob, or you were in a... What? Is that how you say it? Oh, kayfabe.
Like
Oh, I totally read that wrong. Wow.
That's a real word? That's a new one for me.
Yeah, it's like wrestling fake, made up gay stuff.
It's basically like when 2 people fake that they hate each other to build up hype, and then they like have the big, oh, we got over all of our things and now we're allies.
Like Logan Paul and
they're like, okay.
yeah, Logan Paul and K9. Is that who that was?
Yeah, Ben and all the people at the Old Drunken Peasants used to do that stuff like deliberately, and after it was done, they'd be like, yeah, that was fake.
Let us know that you were being held hostage or some bizarre parasite has infected your brain. But short of those unlikely scenarios, your only possible redemption arc on this path starts with ending the channel and renaming the show. If you want to break up the band, that's one thing, but John Lennon didn't get to fire Paul McCartney and then go on tour with Yoko as the Beatles. The death of the show is tragic. Using the name is spitting on its grave. And this got deleted.
So true.
Oh yeah.
All of that.
A lot of these didn't really deserve to get deleted. A lot of them were just angry fans saying how angry they were. Not very many of them have, like, anything that's unexpected or unreasonable to have said.
It would have been better if he had just gone on to, you know, do the actual, like, ad homies thing, because that's the direction he wanted to go, was a more, like, gossipy, you know, LGBT kind of thing.
Yeah, which would have been fine.
And it could have worked. And he could actually use the property now and make legitimate money from it, but instead...
Right. You've killed it. Like, why did you just delete somebody saying they were unsubbing? It seems unnecessary.
I mean, he went through and deleted literally everything that said anything negative.
Wow, I can't find one comment that is not against Kyle. The community has spoken.
You know, here's the real kicker. Kyle could have literally just said to Steve, "Hey, I want to do a show on LGBTQ stuff like every week," and Steve would have fucking said, "Okay, cool, dude, go ahead."
Yeah, there would have been no problem.
Because he would have wanted that. He would have been fine with it.
Jesse Thomas was gonna sub but heard about your crap. Dislike. The channel was still growing.
Mm-hmm. It grew for a few days after that.
Right?
Yeah. Shirt, son. Sorry, go ahead.
It basically continued to grow right up until Kyle did those streams where he came out on non-sequence like, hey, this is what I did, and this is why it's okay, and then everyone called bullshit on him.
Oh, everybody called bullshit on him. It's almost like he wasn't that convincing. Kyle, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're a thief and an awful person. Long story short, Steve is a bit of a prick and revels in drama. To Kyle, this is a hindrance to the show, along with his feeling that Steve isn't putting as much work into the show that he is. With those feelings, Kyle feels it's fair to pivot the show away from its previous format and amend the verbal contract between he and Steve without an agreement, let alone a conversation. Bad moves on Kyle's part. He should have had the conversation with Steve months ago when he felt the show needed a pivot rather than just doing it. Successful relationships rely on communication, and it's obvious that's where this one died. And the thing is like, isn't putting as much work into the show because he wouldn't let him.
Yeah, and also that lack of communication is something we also know about from Boole.
Right.
We have a third party that can also confirm that, yeah, Kyle was really bad at communicating. He would not tell people that he had guests set up, or he would, you know, people would email him to say, oh, hey, I was told to contact you about coming on the show, and he would just never respond, or he would respond weeks and weeks later.
And directly in that pre-stream video that was in the Death of Don Sequitur, he basically rejected any attempts by Steve to say, hey, do you want me to do X, Y, and Z? And he said, no, you can't do any of those. They're mine. I'm in control of the vision of the show.
Right. Plus the, out of curiosity, you guys think, so when he did Tastecraft, one of the things that he said was that he was partnering up and had, like, he implied that he was already in works with restaurants. You think that was bullshit and he wasn't in work with any restaurants?
The restaurant he worked at?
I think what that probably means is he called up, like, a restaurant at some point and said, hey, what would you think about me going to your restaurant, having some food there, and filming a little bit of it so I can do a review show? And they were like, okay. I think that's what that means.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't think there was any kind of, like, big contract or anything like that. It was like, hey, can I show up and film myself eating your food with an iPhone?
What is this actual, I always forget. He is qualified as some type of chef.
Yeah, he got some kind of, like, certification or something in some, like, I'm pretty confident that Kyle is probably a really good chef. Like, I have no reason to doubt that. But yeah, he could actually have done decent food content if he wanted to.
So guys, I have a happy surprise for you.
Oh?
Let me just switch what I'm sharing on my screen real quick. Because, of course, this show must go on, and the hell if we're gonna let Kyle stop us, right? So let me just change windows here real quick.
Okay.
Trying to do something like Fraggy right now.
I'm just changing the stream window. Oh, I might have to stop streaming for you guys. Hold on. I want to show it to you guys internally so you guys can see what's up. Let me just do this.
So excited.
Oh, so your upcoming OnlyFans?
No, not yet.
Aw, darn.
Upcoming.
Up and coming. Coming? What?
Oh.
Ayo. Alright, so let me just go back over here and let me just drop. Let me do. Oh, maybe.
Drive-by sexual harassment.
Okay, so hopefully this is the right one. Can you guys see it?
Wall of text.
Yes. Should be a wall of text. Is it scrolling? Is it scrolling when I do that?
Yep.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure I was on the right window. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Now, can you guys see tell what it is?
Oh, is this the raw data?
This.
From. Is this the raw data from a
Very nice.
Discord or?
This is
I
the
think
raw
that's
data
straight
from
from
a
YouTube.
certain deleted comment section.
Uh-oh.
This is the raw data from Tastecraft. As promised.
Ooh. You can't. There's no real delete button on the internet, Kyle. That's not how the internet works.
I have good friends that are beautiful, wonderful people. And also, fuck you, Kyle. Definitely not Dale said, we won! Nasuth said, hey Kyle, I saw you posted some cooking pictures on Twitter. Does that mean this channel will be up and running soon? Can't wait for a good roast!
That's all balanced there. It's good. I give it a 8 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Devious Doggo said, don't even try it, Kyle. You can't hide behind them. You have no idea how much flip-flop that guy's been doing. He will roll over you in an instant.
I like the idea that that's a play on words.
Yep. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to? Yes. Fork. January 1st. Fork, yeah. Happy anniversary, Tastecraft, now that you're deleted.
I can't wait for the 2-year anniversary where there'll still be nothing.
Following this
It's almost
channel
poetic.
in perpetuity. Scott. Kyle, has anyone seen Kyle? A real man runs from the problems that he created. What an absolute soy-eating coward. Next channel, how to destroy 3 years of hard work on just a few months. Oh, God. Woohoo. Has there ever been a sadder tale of greed and pride? Fork no. Forrest Pfeiffer said, stick a fork in this channel. It's done. It was only a promo video. It didn't even have any content.
You guys are cruel. You guys are cruel bastards.
Oh,
I mean, it's well-deserved cruelty.
I'm pretty sure Kyle's chances at a honest internet career are forked.
the question is like, were they wrong though? Like, straight up, this was straight up correct. There was nothing else that ever came out onto it, and then he deleted it as soon as he found out anybody was gonna look at the damn thing again.
He forgot about it.
I totally forgot about it until I came across it somehow again for some reason. Somebody mentioned something, and I was like, oh yeah, I wonder what's going on over there. The answer was nothing. The comment section was lit, though.
What happened to that, like, little debate thing, whatever it was, not another dim thing?
Oh, not another Dem stream or something. I don't know. It's some like podcast that he's doing. I haven't looked at it.
It was
since.
so
I don't
obscure
care.
I couldn't even find it after searching for like a half hour.
Unlike Kyle, I don't run around stalking every single thing that he does in case I need to delete something later. Oh hey, it's Skeptically Steve. This is the guy who thinks Arin's joking about thinking rocks are atheists.
I mean, I kind of hope he is, but I don't think he is.
I mean, I assumed he was joking at first, but now I'm not so sure.
Look. Your computer's made of ground-up rocks that have been melted and turned into pure ground-up rocks. It's an atheist.
You forgot a step. They were also tricked into thinking.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that also means computers are satanic and evil, so you shouldn't use them. KK.
So it's now November 9th, and this video, an announcement for an episode on October 1st, remains the only upload on the channel. My Schadenfreude boner is epic. Thanks a lot, Kyle. Thanks for ruining my favorite show on YouTube with your greed. I hope whatever fame, glory, and money you enjoyed over the last few years was worth it, because you are finished on any medium that uses your name or likeness. I can't say for sure, but I think Steve would be a big enough person to fix things if you reached out, and in time, the rest of the community would get back behind as well. Do the right thing and apologize for your misguided hostile takeover. Chalk it up to hormones or something like that, and all will be forgiven in time. Oof.
And when was that comment? Because that might actually have been a realistic possibility at that point.
At that point, maybe. I can't tell how long it has been, though. Not recent.
Well, yeah.
I can't check because it's gone. Astronomy Lives asks, wait, so does that mean if I program an AI that believes in God, I've converted pure rocks into theists? Yes. Send it to Arin Ra as a gift.
Here's your theist rocks you ordered.
Oh god. Somebody was they got in the conversation about birds at some point, and I think it was Mr. Present added me to say, how do I address this, and should I just bash my head against the wall until I'm numb? And it said that, oh, birds are atheists because blah 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 blah. And I responded with a cockatoo singing Jesus Loves Me. Birds are theists.
I mean, even if some birds could theoretically be able to understand the proposition, even then, it's basically asserting, even though you don't know what they actually think on the proposition.
Don't birds contain atheists? Because they have gizzards, right? And gizzards contain stones.
No, if you count what Kent Hovind says, because I mean, whatever he's saying is just valid at this point. Calcium is rocks, so if you've got bones,
you get
is that a thing, or did I mess that up? What is a gizzard?
Gizzard is a part of the digestive system of birds, as well as we know that many other non-bird dinosaurs had it, and it's basically used to pre-process food before it's passed down to the stomach. Some animals with gizzards will swallow stones called gastroliths, which helps break down the material.
You mean atheists? They swallow atheists.
Yes, they swallow atheists whole, and then use them to crunch up their food. Usually what happens is the gizzards are actually muscular and it can contract and pulse. And so the rocks...
This is a case of atheist slavery.
This is too much. Yeah. This is too much learning for right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can go back to shitposting now.
Hey.
Let me simplify it. A gizzard is a rock grinder inside of a bird.
So it's an atheist inside of an atheist.
Yeah. Yes.
That's atheist grinding up other atheists. Fuck's sake. I'm so happy that we got.
Eats a turducken on Thanksgiving.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yo dog, I heard you like atheist, so I put some atheist in your atheist so you could grind up your atheist and cook your atheist while you atheist your atheist.
Have you eaten a gizzard?
Now here's the real mind-boggling thing. If bones are made of calcium, and calcium is an atheist because it's a rock, Does that mean skeletons are atheists?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Which necromancers bring back skeletons?
Wow.
Necromancers are atheists.
Well, shit. Therefore, Aaron Ra is a necromancer. Confirmed!
I
Alright.
think he'd probably like that.
I think one of my favorite things about getting this metadata, or is it metadata? Whatever. Getting this after most of the trolls have left and they don't realize that we actually have the fucking deleted comments. If you keep dodging the court system like you have, the only thing that you will be cooking is prison burritos out of,
That's creative right there.
Are you going to respond to the judge's orders now, or are you dumb enough to be held in contempt?
I'm dead.
He was dumb enough to be held in contempt.
Prison burritos.
Prison burritos. This channel was dead before it even it started. In 3 weeks, you went from 5.8% likes to 5.3%. Next month, it will be around 4%. Yeah, the like to dislike ratio was like 28 upvotes and like 409 downvotes. It was fucking hilarious. November 1st, fork, yeah. This person was counting the months.
This is honestly better than screenshots in many ways.
Yeah, it's a little faster. October 1st came and went about 28 days ago. ... Another flop? Oh hey, Lucy and the Sky with Diamonds is back. Someone liked your comment. Lucy and the Sky with Diamonds 5 days ago. Someone likes your comment. Yay! I'm skipping the likes your comment. Killed Non Sequitur Show to create a dime a dozen food channel that died before it even began. Well done, slow clap.
You know, we can slow clap for that.
Our slow clap is terrible.
Good.
I think that's the point, though, yeah. You want your slow clap to be terrible.
You're a joke and a thief. It's a fact, now you're a snake. No matter what you do or where you go online, this will haunt you. You had the keys to a real successful channel with a loyal fan base. Then you went and fucked over the better half of your partnership. Enjoy your lawsuit and your reckoning. You give us atheists a bad name. No fucking wonder he didn't want us to read this with all the narrative of what a nice guy and how all of everything is Steve's fucking fault and it's been like a year. No wonder he didn't want us reading this. Like, it kind of blows the fuck out of his narrative and changing stories that he's been doing. Right?
Is it irony that the most delicious thing to come out of Tastecraft is reading these comments?
I'd say yes.
I figured it out, actually. I figured it out. Okay, so if she weighs the same as a duck, then she's an atheist.
Thought that meant she was a witch.
She's a witch!
Atheist witch.
At this barbecue, hosting Kyle's new show, first video, sticking the barbecue forks in a Kyle, and asking him a simple question, where is the money? Once Steve is paid in full, the rest of us cover you with one barbecue sauce, and you and your beloved dumpster oven will be set at a simmer.
That's A1 barbecue sauce.
Oh, A1 barbecue. Oh, yeah, that's not really much. That's around in Canada, but not a ton.
It's supposed to be spelled with the numerical 1.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's not your fault, Gabo.
Steve's fault. To all of you out there, with your thumbs up with my comments, a job so well done, thank you all. My biggest worry is I may have left someone out. Trust me, this wing over goes out to you. I think they're making food puns. Twitter, Facebook, and Teespring pages were gone. It is possible that Kyle is not planning to continue the channel. Probably he's not going to appear on YouTube at all. Well, he came back. He came back with a new narrative and tried to, whitewash and bury his past.
Oh wait, if you're gonna try to whitewash, you need to at least wait until people kind of forgot what you did.
Yeah, you
That's
kind
gonna
of...
be a long while.
You also kind of need to, for people to forget what you did, you need to stop doing it.
Not be in the middle of your court case.
Yeah, you also need to use bleach instead of lighter fluid.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Hate how he ended that high-pitched note, like intentionally trying to troll anyone who actually watches this intro. Boy, oh boy, look at the dislike ratio. It's nearing 95%. Oh, look, it's Keon! So much haters in this comment section.
Oh, that tells you where you belong in this comment section.
It doesn't say whether these were deleted or not, does it?
No, these ones are the ones that were up as far as I know.
Okay.
Do you have a cake recipe that includes a hidden file or hacksaw blade? Could come in handy. Thanks for the instant ear rape when the video starts, Kyle. Oh hey, Exploratory Minds Project. LOL herp derp dipshit. Oh no. It wouldn't surprise me if Kyle set this channel up so people would stop thumbing down and leaving comments on the Non Sequitur Show channel. FTFE, you've ruined Dumb Fuck of the Year, now you will win instead of Riley. Riley actually still won.
Yeah. Kyle didn't manage it.
I like that idea that this was just used as like a pressure release valve almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I think that might be too smart, though.
You know what, though? I still think Kyle could have a chance this year. I mean, he's been doing a lot of dumb shit this year.
That's true. Oh, he's definitely nominated this year, because it's still going on, right? It's the 12th of October now. The real non sequitur. It's the 12th of October now. It looks like Kyle is really needing that 5%. It's now October 12th, and still nothing. Seems this went well for you, Kyle. Ooh, forked tongue. Oof. Oof. Shh, Kyle is coming and he speaks with forked tongue. What the hell? Is Kyle refusing to show the cooked books now, too? The timer has been running on my oven for almost a month and a half now. Bummer. Bummer. Yeah, he never did show the books.
No, man, what has it been now? Like, 8 months and... Ooh, how much longer again?
Oh, too long. October 10th, still nothing. Wow, you have no shame, scumbag. GE, you suck. Kyle is coming. We all want to know what he has to say. Remember, Kyle speak with forked tongue. 5.8% approval rate according to the Social Blade. Dan the Man said, horrible garbage from someone not doing good things. Pass. Sticky fingers. Oof. Yeah, this has definitely worked out well. Face palm. I'm the 19th subscriber. Looking forward to seeing...
File?
Yeah, this is a
text file. I didn't know
file.
emojis came in text files. This is news to me.
Not all of them work, but some of them do. So yeah, some of these were the ones that were deleted, but we looked at the deleted ones already. So that's why you see the Shay, right? I'm the 19th subscriber. Looking forward to seeing what you bring to your new channel. Hi, Reds. So you'll notice there's like a
coming down there. That's great.
There's a chunk that are in here that we already looked at, so I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Wait, that one was good. Lucy
This
in the
one?
Sky. No, above. By one.
This one?
Right there.
Yeah.
Kyle, God bless your soul. Be proud. You are the first to invent internet suicide. I just love the introduction music to your new show. This is very appropriate. Skyban said, as Kyle, GE, Casey, and Mr. Atheist think that they can fuck subscribers and get away with it, then you're wrong. You are done on the internet, Kyle. You messed with the wrong people. You can point at Steve just like the others do, but he is the biggest victim of you and those other scumbags. He doesn't send us to destroy you, and he will never have to do so. You fucked Steve and your subscribers, and we will never forget. Your internet career is over, and I will make sure that everyone knows what a lying scumbag you are. Mr. Atheist is next.
The only thing wrong he did was trusting our friend.
Well, here's right. There's like, Steve is a victim of all of these people, and Skyman's right, like straight up. What, were you so busy cooking up that you couldn't show up for court? Steve wins by default now, you know. That aside, I hope your new channel actually does well. It will help you pay Steve, since the money for Nonsec is probably gone. Just know that the internet will not forget what you did to Nonsec. I will gladly tip off any future business partners so they know what kind of person you are. If they still choose to engage with you, then good for you, I guess. Here, I'll help you out, buddy. Subbed. Have fun ignoring and or deleting this comment. Ugh. Geist View, oh sorry, hold on, let me just look at comments for a sec. I don't even know who the other nominees for Dumbfuck of the Year are. We'll have to wait and find out. He showed cookbooks, though. Oh, I guess Mother of Dragons isn't feeling too good today. I'm sorry about that. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, apparently somebody found her, Facebook. And
yeah, that's rough.
Her on Twitter.
No, let's not talk about it too much, because we don't want information to spread if she doesn't want that information out there.
Yeah, but like, yet you're the one that doxes people, Josh.
I do? Oh, okay.
Apparently.
What were you so busy? Couldn't show up for court. Blah 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 blah. We read that already. Geist View. So this is the new direction. If you're not going to, so this is the new direction, question mark. If you're not going to apologize to Steve, at least apologize to the fans and patrons of the Non Sequitur show that you lied to and deceived. This applies to all of them, because they also basically told all the Non Sequitur show fans to go fuck themselves.
The fact that the Patreon was supposed to be for both of them, and they just totally glossed that over like, oh, it's no big deal. It's like,
Yeah, not to mention the Amazon wish list that Kyle didn't even tell Steve existed.
I can't remember what the patron rewards were, but I don't know if he fulfilled those or not.
Some of them he did, some of them he didn't. I know he was really bad at getting. I'm pretty sure Sandring was one of them, who was like a high-level Patreon who never got his Patreon fulfilled, which was like a show or a conversation with people. Kyle and friends got bitch slapped by Steve. Even GE and Jimmy admitted they were wrong, probably with 5 to 10% of intelligence to GE, which says a lot. I'm not sure how Kyle thought he could run Non Sequitur all on his own. His dopey choice of friends doesn't help him either, and he fucked them as well. I mean, Casey doesn't seem to think so. She still wants to be able to work with him. Kyle single-handedly brought down the skeptic community. He's the Judas of agnosticism. Kyle, you have to stop running eventually. Just give Non-Sex Show back to Steve and make up some sort of payment plan. Only by doing this can you ever hope to redeem yourself. You won't get there by ignoring the situation and start a cooking channel. The funny thing about this is that Kyle's still running from it, still dragging his feet in court purposefully, trying to make some kind of argument about service, while completely ignoring the colossal lack of morals in what actually entailed it, to completely detract from what he's actually done currently. That's what his goal is right now. Am I wrong about that? What do you guys think?
Oh no, he's definitely sidestepping all of the issues that came up at the beginning, because people have, it's gotten quieter and it's hard to keep track of everything.
Godless Scummer said, I just remember that Kyle claimed he couldn't get high caliber guests because of Steve. Didn't know high caliber guests, he meant G-Man.
That is the kind of guest you can manage to get without Steve, yeah.
Yep.
Oof.
According to some people, we're losers that have no life because we threatened, or we dared to like something that was destroyed.
Hey, Henry, who is in our chat, I don't know if he's still here. I nominate Kyle as Dumb Fuck of the Year. Kirsten Frost looks like it's an instant hit, laughing emoji. Apologize to Steve and the people who stuck by you and pay Steve what you can so people think you're sincere. This mess will hang around your neck for years until you do. It'll be the first smart move you've made in months. A year.
Yeah, a year.
Kyle's a liar and a thief. I kind of feel bad for the people who tried to stick up and be like, well, you know, he's gonna do it, he'll pay him back, we'll get this sorted, maybe things can get sorted out, you know, and I'm like, and now look at where we are. Oh, I didn't get paid the paper. I never got the papers that I was served, papers that I was served, papers that I was served.
That Baryon comment was actually kind of insightful to Kyle's psychology, but they overestimate how smart Kyle is.
Actually,
yeah,
do you know what day that papers that I was served clip happened?
Not off the top of my head, but I can find it.
Because, Kyle has claimed recently in an affidavit that he didn't know about it until months and months later, and I'm pretty sure that's not true.
I'm pretty sure it's October something, but I can double check it because that's at the beginning of the video.
I think it was starting to get cold out.
Let me see. I know it's like shown if you look at the video, the papers that I was served video. Let me just open that for a second. October 6th. The clip is from October 6th. Yes.
But the actual audio is from, I think it's at least a month earlier than that.
No. The actual audio is from October 6th. It's from an October 6th hangout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are earlier recordings of that have stuff in them, but that one in particular is from October 6th. This seems to be going well. ... Channel deleted. Because the Goblin is going to talk about it. Oh no! People might know what an asshole I was and that everybody was pissed at me, and I have yet to apologize for any of them because I'm too busy talking about whether or not I was served the papers that I was totally served.
We are all serial harassers right now.
Yep. Penis. Oh, whoops. Sorry, wrong kind of harassment.
Was an asshole?
Oh, sorry. My apologies. You're correct. Is an asshole. Was previously an asshole and is still currently being an asshole. Probably in perpetuity.
Are these deleted comments sexual harassment?
Godless Scummer says, when first Non Sequitur Show first blew up, I tried to be sympathetic towards Kyle at first, and may have even leaned towards him, but soon it became apparent that Kyle was lying through his teeth. Pretty much the death of Non Sequitur Show shows exactly the kind of person Kyle is. And if you haven't seen that video, I recommend 100% watching that video if you really want to know what kind of happened here. 95% of this tastes like crap. Kyle, pay Steve the money you owe him. Kyle, can you say, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's"? If not, you should practice because it's time to get a real job, LOL. Damn, dude, it's like the third now, so no show? You better be... He did more work showing up to this show on time than he did showing up to court. You better be working so you can pay back Mr. Steve. I've known people like you. You think you can just ignore this away? See? Smug, stuck on yourself, people like you? You have your moment as you did with Steve, acting like you were the show, you were the talent, you were the face. You know, being an arrogant prick. I just watched that video of you, Red, Steve, and Boole, saying shit like you could have kicked Steve at any time with your arrogance just flowing. You are the man, right? Look at you now, bitch. To watch that now is watching a psychopath in action. A fake with an ugly-ass hairdo. Oh, the hair!
Yeah.
Oh, went out to the hair. Ouch.
Now let's take a good look at you. There is only one way to at least start to redeem yourself. Apologize publicly and pay Steve. Pay him, or stay the piece of shit you are. Now, I know this is harsh. I don't sugarcoat things, but come on, man. Dude.
Yeah, harsh but fair.
But, well, it's really interesting to me to just read these comments and how people reacted, and then look at what's going on now and where Kyle is going and who he's talking to and who's not, like, taking the fans into consideration when they do talk to him. Like, people were hurt. People were angry. These people were stolen from. Like, their money was stolen. Their support was stolen. And, like... Fuck. Hi, Reds.
I like this one. I'm really hoping he'll upload one episode just so we can see how bad it will be from Propanus. And no, that didn't happen.
How does it feel, Kyle? You're a piece of shit, dude. I'm really hoping he'll upload one episode just so we can see how bad it will be.
Yeah. Sorry, I mispronounced your name there. Propapus. My bad.
Sorry you also didn't get to see your thing. Hey everybody, let's stop berating Kyle for a while just so we can get an episode of his shit show. I mean, we did. Nobody was really bothering Kyle because he didn't exist on the internet for a couple of months. Then he came back being double the asshole that he was.
Yeah.
So are you going to try a hostile takeover of any of the restaurants since you do 95% of the work and they just cook the food? Mr. Atheist, aka Mr. Fussyhead, aw, has like a motor mouth. Dude, you are far from ready to run with the big dogs. Ooh. Hey, fight! Note to anyone coming across this channel, Kyle is a liar and a fraud and a thief. Don't think you can hide from us, Kyle. We will burn you down wherever you go. Ooh. Man, you should really give up. The internet never forgets. A big shout out goes to Mr. Fussyhead, aka Mr. Atheist. As well as the brainless engineer for saving Kyle's non-sex show. Great job! So Kyle found a new hiding spot. Oh, we read that one. That was one of the deleted ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure all the hate isn't actually driving Kyle towards suicide. I've seen people killing themselves for less. I mean, he is now a broken man, broke with an insane debt he may never be able to repay, lost many of his friends, has cancer. Well, not sure if that's true or pity card played by him. Or it could have just been a scare like he didn't know. His reputation is...
Said he was going to get a test, and then that whole talking point just dropped. So it was probably just a cancer scare.
It's just dawning on me that these are the ones that weren't deleted.
Yep. His reputation.
These aren't any better.
Yeah. His reputation is destroyed. The internet hates him. He faces even more legal trouble for stolen artwork. I'm not even sure his boyfriend knows about this, and when he finds out, he might just leave Kyle. All well deserved, but I'm kind of worried Kyle might do something to himself. I mean, for reals. What about Steve's money then? All this concern for Kyle, and then what about Steve's money though? Actually, there was a time where we were all actually concerned whether or not this, by the way, right after it is them rolling their eyes. That's the old school rolling your eyes emoji. So when they said what about Steve's money, they were rolling their eyes. So they didn't actually mean that as a serious point. There was a time where we were actually concerned that Kyle might actually do something drastic. No, Kyle, just no. XD, really, Kyle? You think you can start anew after what you did? You are a convicted fraud who backstabbed his partners to steal their money. I can only advise, they meant advise, no one ever partners up with you again. You've got no future on the internet, dude. Your best bet is to hide in shadows and vanish into obscurity. But for that, I wish you financial success, because Steve really earned this money. By the way, finally you have a channel where you do 95% of the work, but it's not even 5% as entertaining.
Nice.
Fortunate son, I hope all restaurants who partake in this realize and research Kyle Curtis and his fraudulent dealings with his former partner Steve McRae. Do not let this guy near the till or the takings. The guy is a grifter after a free meal for himself and his friends. And that's the key one, right?
I doubt he even managed to secure free meals.
Probably.
I honestly think he didn't get any farther than permission to film.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised by that. So this is what hell looks like. Nope, think I will pass. Hey, it's that account that we see running around trolling Steve for no apparent reason that they've ever actually made clear.
They
For real,
used to sort of be impartial, and then they changed. I'm not 100% familiar with why.
Oh, well, who knows? Maybe after this they'll make a note and let us know. I don't think you're blocked, so leave a comment explaining what changed your mind about how Kyle is cool now. What?
I said Steve was mean to me once.
Oh, yeah, probably. This is gonna be a situation where actually all of the accounts got taken over by Keon. For real, Kyle, if you don't want to become the dumb fuck of the year and forever be called a liar, thief, fraud, just fucking stand up, make an honest apology video, deal out a payment plan with Steve, and it all will be honored. They're not wrong. It's really a shame to see this guy or this person go as south as they did, because like they're running around vouching for Kyle now, and it's like, no, I think you were right the first time.
Yeah.
The internet never forgets. I mean, we are here after all, aren't we?
Yep.
Dapper, do you want to read that one?
In the first episode, we'll be eating a chop sumi.
Sumi.
Sumi, nice.
I thought you'd like the pun.
I do like the pun. That's fun. At first, I thought it was just being misspelled. I was like, why is it spelled? And I was like, oh no! It's actually the pun.
Womp womp.
Always good.
What's your first receipt going to be, Kyle? How to cook the books by any chance? I see 19 favorable responses. One more toe left, you piece of crap. Off to Hell's Kitchen. Taste. Oh, hey, it's Speed Knob.
I've got a pun with hopefully not too loud roadwork outside.
Go.
Kyle eats lots of rontons.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Take Scrap 101. The dressing is 95% of the meal. Ew! Ew! It's like eating soup, but it's dressing instead. Ugh. Ugh.
That's too much ranch.
Nope. Kyle, man, people had such respect for you. Why did you go and do that to Steve and everyone in the community? And everyone in the community. Making people hate just so you could steal money from your friend. How low can you get, man? You should take a long, hard look at yourself and at the very least apologize to Steve for the sake of your petty soul, man. And go see what Kyle's been doing recently. I encourage you to take a look at his Twitter and take a look at his whatever he's been on recently and see his behavior and the people around him and see if he's actually any of the people who have had respect for him or stuck up for him are right, or if they're wrong. Or I mean, it's pretty obvious to me, but maybe I'm too biased. Hi, Reds. It was kind of shitty what Kyle did to Non Sequitur Show, but isn't it about time to move on? It would be! And leave the guy alone? Non Sequitur Show is dead, and Steve won the lawsuit, so why continue to condemn Kyle? I don't know, it just seems wrong, but maybe Kyle should make an apology video and actually own up to what he did. Correct, Kind9. I actually agree with Kind9, and there is a point where it's just like, leave him alone and let his channel die on its own. Let it be. But not only were things really fresh at this point, this was like, what, a month after the fact? This is late August. So Steve won his default judgment sometime in September, and the papers were served sometime also in September, if I'm not mistaken. Early September or very early. I don't remember exactly what the date was on them, but either way.
Josh, read David Thompson's comment.
30 minutes late here. Have y'all mentioned episode 2 of Tastecraft, cooking the books with a side of lawsuit stew? He deleted the channel. There is no single first episode. Kyle and Kent Hovind equals 2 felons. The only thing Kyle will be tasting in prison is dick. Steve 1, Kyle, you're an idiot.
Quick question: why would Dick Dawson be in prison?
Hey, good question. On the menu, one ledger book. Bake until it looks like you owe nobody money, including your hardworking partner. In fact, cook it until they owe you money. That's what you get if you get the Down Under special. I'm sure somebody out there gets that joke. Imagine how well this channel would do if with actual talent like Steve. Hi, Reds! I think, you should have counted the high Reds. I think we're at 4. I think we wish Kyle success because of all of his wages will go to Steve McRae. Kyle's a felon! Get ready, Kyle. You have no future. Wherever you go, we will be here to remind you of how big of a piece of shit you are. You know, if he stopped acting like a piece of shit, I think people would probably be over it by now. And, he, let this lawsuit finish. That'd be nice.
Imagine making a video and labeling it Kyle Curtis Felon Apologetics 101 and then being like, I wasn't calling him a felon.
I wasn't calling him a felon. I don't know what you're talking about. 18 likes, 27 dislikes, freshly grilled over Kyle's special dumpster fire and served piping hot with a side of crow and humble pie, all on a silver platter. Bon appetit, mon douche. I guess one really works up an appetite screwing people over. Nah, you're done, Kyle. You are the new Brett Keane.
Ooh, ouch.
Hard to see how you're going to pull this off.
I think that person has a keen eye.
Saying hi to Steve if he's pointed here. You've sunk your rep, man. Clean up your act and best of luck on the long road back. I mean, to be fair, all he's done is make his reputation worse and worse. Anybody shouting him out or wanting to work with him or, speaking positively of him at this point, either A, is ignorant as fuck and doesn't know what the shit is going on, or B, was with him the whole, was involved, or, is with him the whole time, or, this is the kind of thing you're dealing with, right? Think for half of a second. You know what I mean?
At this point, I think Kyle has negative charisma.
Oh, absolutely. I considered putting a before and after picture up of what Kyle looked like a year ago and what his selfies look like now, but I thought that might be a bit mean. I don't want to pick on how somebody looks, but there is a very big difference between how Kyle used to present himself and how he looked and how he maintained his self and what he looks like and how he presents himself now. It is...
If you use it to make a point about, personal upkeep, that would
and
make sense.
Stress? Yeah.
Using it to attack, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the point I was going for, but I didn't want it to come across...
It would get misconstrued too easily.
It would get misconstrued too easily by accident and also, twisted beyond bullshit purposefully. So it wasn't really worth it. People can look it up themselves.
Yeah, petty oh, look at him, he's ugly. Yeah, that's BS. This is you before crack, and this is you after crack.
Right. This is you before you had to try and run away from the law and a lawsuit going on. This is afterwards.
This is after crash landing a YouTube channel.
Right. I wouldn't mind seeing people make memes about it if they were going to do that, but I'm not gonna necessarily... I didn't want it to come across the wrong way, so maybe if you were to put, text with it, it would be a little bit more clear and not as easily, misunderstood, so I don't know. As a former chef myself, I can say that all we have is our reputation. You have ruined yours. I wouldn't let you in my kitchen to peel potatoes, let alone critique anything. Actually, that's a really good point. If he's going to present himself as a chef, chefs are known by how good their cooking is. And that's entirely based on reputation, almost. So if you're pissing in everything you make and spitting in people's food, odds are people aren't going to want to eat what you're cooking.
Plus, let's be honest, he would just steal the potatoes.
To be absolutely fair to chefs, they're known for their reputation on how good their food is, not how nice of a person they are. You don't see Gordon Ramsay running around being like, "Oh, I'm sorry for hurting your feelings."
That's not entirely untrue, though. Gordon Ramsay is actually a really nice guy most of the time. He just has a standard in his kitchen, and if you don't meet the standard, then he yells at you until you do. But have you seen him on the one that's, like, there's children cooking?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really
I actually
good.
love Gordon Ramsay. I watch all this shit. I love it.
Yeah. What a shame. What a real shame. Running. October 1st was 2 days ago. Anyone surprises nothing basically anyone surprised nothing happened here that day? I think you could have a good channel just teaching how to make cool graphics and music. This person is a known troll.
But the thing is, I don't actually think that that's wrong. Kyle could actually make good content. He chooses not to.
Yeah, I don't think they're wrong here either. It's just, here's the thing. How about instead of supporting him in his lying bullshittery, you actually support him in a positive direction like you've suggested here? You're welcome. It's a shame that from now on, when people are discussing Kyle's credibility, it will always be in front of... not in front of credible. Oh, not. Not in front of credible. That's what they were trying to say. Sorry, that took me a minute to catch up. So
yeah, I have trouble with that one.
Yeah, it's a shame that from now on, when people are discussing Kyle's credibility, it will always be not in front of credible. Sad but true, Kyle is not credible. Kyle E. Coyote has a new channel, but he hasn't completely ruined Non Sequitur Show yet, has he? Has he sunk every bit, or has he sucked every bit of life out of Non Sequitur Show already? Nope, he's still trying. It seems like only 111 days, 7 hours, and 48 minutes ago, he was getting the Non Sequitur Show books ready by his imaginary lawyer. My, how time flies when you're having fun. Hey, Jenny Morgan. You do know that a respected ethical restaurant reviewer never discloses his identity while on the job and never accepts free food or other favors, right? No, Kyle does not know that.
No.
Is the first
Or
cooking recipe
doesn't
how to
care.
cook the books? Yeah. Sorry?
I was just saying, or he doesn't care. He might know, he just not care.
Yeah.
Possibly.
That is one thing. You don't want to be well known if you're an actual restaurant reviewer.
Right. You don't want people to be able to recognize you.
Yeah, because then when you go into a restaurant, the cooks will be told to cook your food special.
Right. Please pay Steve his 100K, you worthless piece of shit. That is basically almost what it's up to at this point, if you include, like, since the basis of the 30 and 60K are both based off of only the YouTube channel and what was seen last on it, not the current total. And it is possible that depending on if people are actually still watching Non Sequitur Show episodes, there is still revenue currently going to Kyle.
There almost certainly is.
Yeah.
Still revenue coming in. Because the videos do get new views. In fact, I've watched a few of them because there are some good ones.
Mm-hmm. I hear a rumor this is Kyle from the Non Sequitur Show new channel. Non Sequitur Show's new channel. And if you pay this channel any attention of the van to download it, and you support Kyle's thieving of Non Sequitur Show, and his bullshit lies and total deception, and the despicable way he treated the owner of the show, the builder of the show, Steve. This person actually makes a good point. Anybody who's currently supporting Kyle right now is supporting his previous behavior by enabling it and allowing it to continue. Congratulations, I guess this commenter managed to demonstrate in one comment how you're all thief and fraud apologists. Good job! And you know what? You deserve all the hate. Kyle's default intro music should just be tiny violins playing.
That's so prescient.
Kyle, start acting like an adult. Everyone else, non-sac! Hi, Reds.
We need an entire orchestra of tiny violins and tiny trumpets.
It seems like every 12 or 13 we get like a high Reds.
Yeah. Hi, loser. I really... Hey, loser. I really think you should be trying to come up with the 100K you stole and spent that is owed to Steve instead of creating another failure of a channel. The truth has finally been totally disclosed, and you are absolutely finished here. Here you go, Kyle, a receipt for your first video. How to prepare and cook pan-fried crow.
Oh.
And look, they actually provided a link to how to cook and prepare pan-fried crow recipe.
Wow. Can we go to it?
Yeah. Let me open
I
it
kind
up.
of what's there.
Let me open it up in another tab just to make sure it's not like somebody getting kicked in the ass.
It probably is.
Be funny if it's just someone flicking off. Like, it's just a photo of someone getting flicked off.
I like how the URL, it could be construed as thermonuclear, but also the monocular.
It is the monocular. That's where it goes. That's neat.
Is it an actual recipe for pan-fried crow?
No, it's a hunting video.
Oh, okay. Like I said, it is the only way you'd get a crow. I don't normally see crow at the supermarket.
I like the next one.
Have you sampled the humble pie that's...
over here.
Have you sampled the humble pie that Steve and his lawyer baked for you, Kyle? Well, at least you have in the Non Sequitur show where everybody loves you. That's Arnie again. Oh, that's gonna be a huge success when the graphic factor kicks in. It'll happen any day now. We read that one, actually.
Let's be fair. Knowing Steve, he got the pie at the bomb factory.
Womp womp. It's not about the graphics, you vacuous, deceptic nincompoop. It's about the content. After all the
Is that Manya? I think that's Manya.
This is Manya before she changed her account name.
Oh.
It's about her insult game is on point.
Right? It's about the content. After all the fraud you have committed, I doubt anyone would want to associate with you. Well, we know who does! Victory! Steve won the case. The court of public opinion have spoken, and the court of law have spoken. What do you have to say now, Kyle? I didn't have any papers, and I wasn't in a good headspace.
Yeah, that is pretty much what he has to say.
I didn't get served my papers, and after I got served my papers, I wasn't in a good headspace, and that's why I didn't show.
And really, fuck you, Kyle, you lying, stealing sack of shit. You are a fucking horrible human being. Just go fucking away and stay away. The internet never forgets. So you are the definition of a weasel that wears $15 suits. Spent all of the non-sec money, now looking for someone else to con. We read the non-sec, we read that one, we read that one. No, we didn't. Yay, another channel for Kyle to ban me from. Congrats for the congrats for tasting crap, Kyle. Congrats for the victory, Steve. Bah. The law firm of Curtis, Curtis, and Curtis. Attention, any negative comments will be served with a cease and delete. Nope. I tried to warn you, Kyle, this would follow you. What does your boyfriend think of your reputation? Is he aware yet? You should tell him before he finds out from someone else. Here's the thing. Okay, if I was in a relationship with somebody, or I was gonna get into a relationship with somebody, if I was ever in a lawsuit that was this big with this amount of money, I would think it is negligent and potentially abusive towards that person to not make them aware. Because you may end up putting them in a huge financial strain, and if you marry them and they don't sign any kind of prenup where they're unaware of the amount of money you owe somebody, you are putting them at like a huge financial risk. Without them being aware.
I would imagine he did. I would imagine that Kyle did feed him a story already that has,
if they're still together, who knows at this point, right?
I was very popular, and then this guy tried to take my channel from me.
Jeff, let's be honest. Kyle could sell his thus far unused brain and get Steve his money.
What do you mean? He's got higher IQ than I do, obviously. That's why he's definitely the smart one who kicked Steve out and didn't take a 50-50 agreement to still get paid for a show that would still be making money to this day. What do you mean? I'm definitely the stupid person around, right?
It still boggles my mind that he turned down that deal. That's like a deal of a lifetime. Here's a 50-50 split for a well-funded show.
Yeah, he was very, I think I would chalk that up to him being extremely emotional at that time and feeling entitled.
Yeah. Well,
possible. I mean, he still does, to be fair.
I don't know. When I saw that, I wrote that off as arrogance. Like, he thought that he was actually going to win. Like,
Well, he also thought that he thought he had the court of public opinion behind him. Why do you think there's so many deleted comments? He wanted to go to the court of public opinion because he thought he could get away with it, for one, because he thought people liked him more than Steve. What he didn't take into account was that it's not about whether you like Kyle or Steve or not. It's about your behavior and the absolute bullshit that you pulled off, and that people are pissed at you for how you treated them directly. He didn't just treat Steve like shit. He treated the entire Non Sequitur fan base like they were stupid. And stole their money.
I think that was a point that you made a long time ago humorously by saying that Kyle tried to pull one over in a community that he invited of a bunch of skeptics. He tried to dupe them.
Yes, exactly.
And he was surprised when they're like, "What's going on, Kyle?" He's like, "Oh no, you've seen through my ruse."
Oh no, how could you have possibly known?
Why are you questioning things and not just accepting what I tell you blindly?
Well, at this point,
Pay
he's
no
just
attention
actively
to the hair
calling
behind
all...
the curtain.
And at this point, anytime you see him, he's literally calling all of these people who have ever questioned him fucking stupid. Kyle, you are a one-hit wonder. This intro is just Non Sequitur Show intro with minimal changes. Wouldn't the intro belong to Non Sequitur Show since you lost the case? You should ask Steve for permission to use it. Actually, to be fair, Steve, there might have been a content ID match on the music that was used because it was very similar. I would play it for you, but he deleted it. And I can't play you guys any of the Non Sequitur stuff because Kyle's using the Non Sequitur Show to... Sorry, go ahead.
By happenstance, there's a Tastecraft topic. I don't know if he's in control of that, but it has the song on there still. I just checked it today.
Womp womp. Kyle, this is what happens when you shit all over people. What about Boole? Pay Steve. Don't tread on red. I like that. Don't tread on red.
I also like that for reasons.
And you better apologize properly to everyone. I can, next time there's a rocket launch or a Red's Rhetoric stream, can you guys please spam this? Or next time there's like a if Reds shows up on Fight the Flat Earth stream and the Flat Earther starts interrupting, just start spamming this. Don't tread on red.
Sure, but I've got something to say. There was harmony in the YouTube skeptic community.
Damn it!
Here, I can link it in the Discord, I guess.
Sure. And you bet. Oh lord, fuck yeah, let's do this. Taste crap? Wastecraft? Look, more garbage from Kyle. So you're going to make a channel where you get served again? Tom Tom shows up to quote Greta, quote, "My message is that we'll be watching you," end quote, but maybe for other reasons than you think. Kyle, you can suck my toe. Ew. Is this a hint to my OnlyFans account before I even knew it was a thing? Wow! Yes. I hope this isn't a cooking show. The only thing Kyle knows how to cook is the books, and he keeps refusing to show Steve. He didn't even know how to cook those.
Yeah, no, that was pretty sad.
He had so long to do it, and he still gave failure. Like, you'd think with that much time you'd have put something together. You know, unless you're an arrogant prick who hides from his problems and pretends they don't exist and thinks that, you know, you're not gonna actually have to do anything. Kyle, you are shit. Only recently was there a channel added to the Non Sequitur Show Discord, which, by the way, is Kyle's not allowed to make any changes to any Non Sequitur Show property, and the Discord is a Non Sequitur Show property, so he's doing that illegally. But there was a channel that was added called Evidence, and he's only, as of a couple of weeks ago, now starting to put together evidence against Steve. Hello, Chesh!
But...
Hi! Look, I got one. YouTube search in general. Hey Kyle,
She
fuck
didn't know
you.
about you.
Right? Hey Kyle, fuck you for all your shitty deeds. You've been exposed. Do your first cooking show, cooking the books. Here, this is the thing though. How many exposed videos are there about Steve? And how many exposed videos are there about Kyle? There were like none about Kyle because it wasn't needed. The Death of the Non Sequitur Show is like the closest one and it didn't even have any commentary.
It's mostly like a consensus of like, yep.
Yep. Hi, Reds. Yes, Dapper?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's blatantly obvious what the problem with Kyle is. So why bother doing an expose on it? Like,
Yeah, it's just not
we all know.
necessary. And yet they need
Yeah.
and yet people feel the need to try and expose Steve over and over and over again. But if you did your job right the first time, you only need to do one, maybe a follow-up. Like the number of videos made about Onision is just unnecessary. Like, it's just not needed. But if you got like with Onision, it's a little bit different because there was new information that was coming out that wasn't public all right away. So I can kind of understand that. But like, you don't really need if now you're just trying to convince yourself at this point. To be honest, that's what it seems like.
Who was it from Answers and Reason, Joe, that did that McRae virus article?
Oh yeah, I didn't see who wrote it. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, that was a really good summary of, it's like these people keep trying to show me things, but they never show me what they're saying they're showing me.
Right.
It's like, that's the point.
Maybe I'll do a Goblin Reads on it. S. Weingar, 120 subs. That's like 40 subs a piece from GE, Casey, and Jimmy. They really worked hard to get your count up. 112 days, Kyle. Fork off. Cajun Crustacean. The most important thing a person can have is their reputation. Unfortunately, Kyle is the dumpster around back of the restaurant. The one with smoke pouring out of it. Hey, Kyle, the Titanic had more integrity than you.
Ouch.
Oh. Everyone knows about the channel, Kyle. You are forked on YouTube permanently. We are never going to forget that you are a liar, thief, grifter, and all-around asshole. I'll be back for every video just to call your bullshit out. Middle finger, peace sign. Well, good thing you didn't make any videos then. That's the reason why. They were spooked by Godless Recovery right here. They didn't want to have to deal with that every video. Hello, Steve. This is funny. Fuck you, Kyle. Hope you succeed. You need money to pay Steve.
Like the caps.
Yep, all caps.
Clearly the deaf and non sequitur is Steve's fault for starting non sequitur in the first place.
Naturally.
That's a good point.
Why would Steve do this?
You think you can run from your reputation as a con? Think again. This is the truth about Kyle. Kyle, if you remove, and this is a link, they linked the Death of the Non Sequitur. Kyle, if you remove this comment, it won't matter because everything on the internet stays on the internet.
It's beautiful.
That's so perfect for what we're looking at right now. So far, a day late on the first video, this channel is not off to a good start. So October 1st came and went. No show again? It is now August 27th of the next year. There were no videos. There was only the video people commented on. And it's been a year. And it just got deleted. Hi, it's October 2nd. Kyle, sorry folks, no show this week. I demanded the restaurant hand over their bank account because I believe they might attempt fraud sometime in the future, and I'm totally against things like that. They refused, so I'll attempt it with a different restaurant next week. Don't forget I have a Patreon too! This is a brilliant comment, I'm not gonna lie. It's not Kyle, it's obviously not actually Kyle, because one, that's not Kyle's handle on YouTube, but also October 1st, Forknot. Jackalope Herdmaster. Jackalope's good people. If you guys see Jackalope around, give him a shout out from me. There's going to be a delay for the first video because Kyle needs to make a new one. Kyle's original video was how to brew beer, but no one liked the finished product because he removed the 5% that mattered. Trigger tits. Oh wait, October 1st, but which year? Trigger tits. To anybody who thinks about getting into business with this channel, sleep with a gun under your pillow and one eye open. This is dead before it even starts. Kyle, you have no future on the internet. You killed your reputation. 16 likes and 40 dislikes already. This is going to be a hit. Change the name to Sued Chef, because that's what happened. I saw the court documents to prove it. This is the way culture goes. Oh, this is the way culture goes to die. Once people become too weak or too dishonest to have a real conversation, it all falls back on hollow hedonism. Forget ideas. Let's just stuff our mouths. No one will need to think then. Oof. That's a big oof. I saw Jackalope in here earlier, but I hadn't seen him say anything in a while, so if you're still here, hi! Kyle is beyond me. Oh, Kyle, it's beyond me. Why the hell didn't you just do this to start with in addition to non-sec, instead of pulling the stunt you did? It would have probably been successful since you would have had the support of the Non-Sequitur Show fans behind you on a new project. You know exactly what's coming, don't you? Deleted comments said... And where the fuck am I now? Is this the land of non-creativity that I've heard of? This channel is just another scam for Kyle and his friends to parade around fancy restaurants, acting like big shot YouTube reviewers to get free meals. I hope each restaurant's management have the sense to research him, to see him for the thief and con artist he is. I subbed to watch a thief and his supporters get their comeuppance. Hopefully this channel will succeed though, so you can pay back Steve the stolen money. Nonsec died for this trash. Can't wait for your first person receipts. Gonna pay...
I have to step out.
Yep, see ya. Gonna pay Steve with the funds from this channel? The harrowing of the Non Sequitur Show. Fork it. I'll sub this. And that's the end. Oh.
What a saga. It's got their literary masterpieces like Lord of the Rings.
I kind of felt obligated to show most of those because... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh well, whatever. I kind of felt obligated to show most of those because it's been deleted now. It doesn't exist. He deleted the channel, and mostly just to give him a little bit of a middle finger for trying to delete it ahead of time because... Get outsmarted by someone with 62 IQ, I guess? Special thanks to Astronomy Live for helping us out, and special thanks to his bot that records deleted comments.
Yeah, seriously.
I hope you guys had a lot of fun. This is mostly just for the funsies. I do want to know what you guys think about the difference in how Kyle was behaving on the show when this was going on versus how he went silent and didn't answer court orders for a while. Well, he didn't show up to court. He, responded to them, but didn't show up. Versus how you've noticed him act more recently on either interviews or his horrendous behavior on Twitter or in side chats.
Yeah.
I'm not any kind of psychological, anybody that's versed in that extremely well, but I would say that his ego is much more emboldened now that he has a group that he thinks is on his side, feeding his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me, I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to what he's been doing lately, so I'm not probably as aware as I could be of his behavior because, quite frankly, I only have so much time in my day, and I don't want to spend most of it on Kyle Curtis.
Yeah,
so,
right? The majority
Understandable.
Yeah, so I will say, though, I did take a scroll through his Twitter, and I feel like he has nothing left but just pettiness. Because, okay, I understand that this is a big part of his life right now. It's dealing with a lawsuit. Fair enough. But the thing is, and this is something that I see from a lot of people who are sort of promoting Kyle, it seems like he has nothing else going on other than trying to be mean to people on Twitter and failing at it miserably. Sharing
the odd photo.
Yeah, whereas before, when he first did this, he seemed like he actually wanted to go ahead and have shows on the Non Sequitur Show and that there was going to be content. Granted, it was content I find incredibly boring, but he
also presented as if he was planning on trying to work things out as amicably and as quickly as possible. Unless you saw him actually in the background in the way he was behaving.
Yeah, so it's gotten sadder, I think, is what it comes down to. When I think about Kyle just as a human being, it's become a sad thing. At first, it was like, why you gotta be such a giant dick? And then I realized that's all that's left. That's all he has at this point. He's just a dick. There's no actual.
So the question
content.
is did this experience maybe make him more assholey because of his ego, and before he was more pleasant and happier because he had people, you know, who liked him and he had support, and now because he doesn't have that support and the only people that are supporting him are encouraging him to be a toxic asshole? Or
I'm sure he's extremely suspicious of them, even though he wants to, you know, use their influence to feel better.
It's like having a support base of romance. It's not good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. Godless Scummer for 2 said Goblin 1, Gnome 0. Do I gain any intelligence points for this? Did I level up? Did my XP go up?
Roll 1d20.
64 IQ.
You have to wait for level 4 for. You have to wait till level 4 for your first increase in your stats.
Wait, do you have your glasses on?
I do have my glasses on.
So
they're plus
maybe
1.
It's headed towards 64.
Oh, shit. Alright, what I'll do is once we get off stream, I'll roll a d20 and I will take a picture of it and post it on Instagram, and you guys can tell me if I pass or fail the check.
Wait, did we get a DC together?
Maybe. I don't know. You guys will have to discuss that. Alright, we're gonna cut it here. I felt like I was obligated to make sure to pretty much read all of the ones there. I think there's only 1 or 2 that I didn't read. I'll probably put the link to this text file in the description, so that way you guys can feel free to peruse them yourselves. And I do encourage you to kind of, I'm not saying to necessarily personally analyze and say that, like, Kyle, to come to a conclusion about what is going on with Kyle, but more of, like, from an observation point of view, what do you think about how Kyle was acting at the beginning and how Kyle is acting now? And I'm more than happy to get last words from everybody, so please.
I guess I'll go real quick. I'm the Dapper Dinosaur. I've got a premiere later on today, and other than that, bye everybody.
Shall I go next?
Yeah, go for it.
On Kyle. I want you to compare what Kyle's been doing on Twitter from what little I've seen is basically bitching on Twitter. Compare that to what Steve's been doing, where he's still been doing content. Think about it. That is all. 90 Lane. Bye.
I'll just say everyone should pay attention to context, and if someone tries to share something with you that seems out of context, you'd better ask them for where it came from, because if you don't, you're being negligent.
I think I think in most cases, even if something does seem in context, if it's just a screenshot that's pretty obviously in context, fine. But if somebody's just telling you something, definitely ask for context pretty much every time. And if those people aren't able to tell you, or they get mad, because that happens a lot. That happens all the time. Golden Unicorn sent a rose. We also read your comment from before you changed your YouTube. Anybody else have anything left to say? Red, do you have anything?
Oh, I was just trying to remember what it was called.
I guess, okay, so I've tried to be
something.
pretty neutral about this whole thing, and I still like to think that I am. And when this started going down, I was initially on Kyle's side because Kyle was nice and Steve's an asshole. So, but I'm looking over his Twitter right now, and this is not the Kyle that I initially sided with. So I don't know what to say about any of that. That's all I have.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Honest Red, do you have anything to add before we sign off? Or I think we've got AT2 in here now as also. So Honest Red, if you could go first, and then AT2 if you want to hop in.
No, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to add. I think a lot of the stuff that I would say has already been covered here. I'm just a humble scumbag from YouTube. And I don't know, like from the outside, like I was never very interested in what Kyle had put out, even when he was on Non Sequitur. And I think it's clear that like his ego got the best of him in this whole situation.
Yeah, I think that's fair. AT2, you got anything for us? You've been pretty quiet.
Oh, do I ever. So, Kyle, you want to comment about people just reading comments for views? Weren't you reading your Grinder DMs in 1 or 2 shows that you did? Yeah, eat a dick, you fucking hypocrite.
I
I
mean,
can
there's
confirm
that,
he
and there's
did.
really not to mention, like, how many other channels that he supports that spend time doing, like, just relaxing. Here's the thing, this was never supposed to be, I don't have content, therefore I'm doing this. This was, hey guys, you know what'd be funny? A neat retrospective of how people felt versus now. Like, there's something to be gained from seeing how people reacted, how people feel now, and the difference in Kyle's behavior directly. He literally got spooked and scared and deleted his entire channel because he didn't want people to see the comments we just read. And then he went on Twitter to bloviate how he just did it because he was him and his buddies are stalking around my Instagram. Like, how
At the
desperate.
very least, yeah.
Right. Hilarious. I don't know if you could get baited any harder, to be honest, but I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope the audience enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any comments. Kyle's probably watching, and he may or may not be checking the comment section over here where he, you know, can't delete it, so see you guys
Hi, Kyle.
next time.
Shave your head.
Ooh. Bye.